this team here, but we're real excited about this, and I think this is a good thing for both schools. And we're looking forward to a great game. So, Bill, Rob, back to you guys.
That guy gets the cool job.
You bet. You bet. And, that was interesting to see how much money it takes for them to come here. And it should be a good ball game as they get ready to kick them off. Hilliard and Aliso Niguel, the Wolverines. What a great name for a football team, right? John Hefty in the end zone, 3 yards deep, and he doesn't bring it out. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the 20-yard line. A good way to start.
You get a look at Aliso Niguel opening up their season tonight here against Hilliard. Hilliard, as we told you, coming off the heartbreaking loss to Grove City last week, 15-14.
Was a very tough loss. In fact, a field goal with about 5 minutes left by Grove City, 40 yards out, beat them 15-14 after they scored a touchdown early. Also a run back, 97 yards by Durance Mitchell in the ball game.
We'll get to see a lot of Durance. He's going to be given the ball tonight, and he's going to carry the load.
Seeing the I backfield now, Scott Nemeth at the quarterback. So the man in motion. And Nemeth on the keeper, rolls right over the 25 out to about the 30-yard line. May have gone about the 28.
Let's introduce the rest of that Wolverine offense, Bill. Wide receiver, number 85, Andrew Mashburn. Tight end is Corey Chandler. Brett Nelson is your left tackle. Left guard is Garrett Carden. Ryan Herben is the center. Ryan Gray is the right guard, and the right tackle is Corey Foss. Quarterback is Scott Nemeth. Your wide receiver, Wes Thomas, on the other side. Trent Purley in the backfield.
Added second down. And about 2 to go at the 28-yard line as Nemeth barks the signals. He wants to pass. He rolls to the left, and it's caught out here. Now it's incomplete. They ruled it incomplete. Tended out there for Wes Thomas, one of the other wideouts, 5'10", 165, and a junior.
Got the train rumbling behind the visiting stands. I loved that here.
And I'll tell you, Hurricane Fran is not far away, or I should say Tropical Storm Fran is raining in southeast Ohio during this game, but so far we're just gotten some sprinkles, and really it's not a bad night for football. No wind at all to speak of at this point.
There you saw the defensive lineup for the Hilliard Wildcats. We'll go through those one more time for you.
Still 3rd and 2 now. I backfield, as they said, Mashburn in motion to the right. And here's the give to the first man through. Oh, and a fumble. And Hilliard comes up with it. Oh my, that's a tough break down there. Now that's number 24 on the carry, Gerasimu.
Very good.
And he fumbled the football, and it's Hilliard's ball, and what great field position they're in as they open up the offense.
Well, this gives them an opportunity to, this Hilliard has a chance to punch one in early, get an early lead. They got the lead last week.
And up at quarterback, Sean Pitts, and the incomplete pass.
That was intended for Jamar Johnson. Didn't look in. Got to keep your concentration. Jamar Johnson, that's split in. Your tight end is Mark Chiranaberry, Sean Pitts, Durance Mitchell, and Jimmy Sharon. There you get a look at the receiver, Stanley Johnson, Chiranaberry. I'm sorry. McClincy, Madry, Bullitt, Harvey, and Norris, your law firm up front.
The offensive line is what John Sine says is a bit questionable at this point of the season. And Pitts gives to Mitchell, and he's down to about the 28-yard line. He may pick up with a couple here.
Durance is the man. This is his team. He's to this team what Demetrius Stanley was to Thomas Worthington, what Nick Goins was to Scioto. He's the money man. Well, although we did see Dre Williams last year run wild against Carl.
He ran for 244 yards to the school record last year, and we'll see Durance on defense tonight. I backfield now. And Sean wants to throw. Pitts finally gives off. And it's a touchdown to Durance Mitchell, and he had us all fooled. Well, he had us all fooled. We were looking past. He handed off to Mitchell. Mitchell went left side of the touchdown for Wildcats. What a great call.
Well, that's one of John's favorite plays. It's a play fake. Quarterback makes a full throwing motion and hands off on a draw. We'll get another look at it. Durance on fire as he checks in with my man, Coach Starks. There it is, the give. Now, great blocking by the line up front. Look at that huge hole. You could have scored on that one, Bill.
Yes, and once again, I took the fake.
You're buying big time, big fella.
Oh, on that one I did. And here's the kick And Thanos' kick is good. And with 11:01 to go here in the first quarter, it's 7-0. Hilliard on top of Aliso Niguel.
Well, if you'd have asked John before the game if 59 seconds in, you want a 7-0 lead, I'm guaranteeing you he says yes. So, and that's what he got. So this has got the crowd into it, got the players fired up, and I'm sure John is very pleased.
Obviously, these two teams were not able to scout each other. They exchanged videos of both squads. And I'm telling you, video does not do it justice when you're busy seeing a team live and in person, and they just got a look there.
Indeed.
Want to take time to welcome all the viewers out in California who are seeing this ball game as well in Southern California, out in the southern part of Orange County. And we're happy to be out there as well, and we send greetings back from the state of Ohio, from the Columbus area, and especially from the field here at Hilliard High School.
Now, if Hilliard makes the return trip next year, do we get to go?
I don't know. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be groovy. I've always wanted to go to California.
The Wolverines, we'll have to tell you about how they got that name. It was very, very interesting hearing Coach Woods talk about it the other night. Here's Thanos' kick. And it's going to be taken by Hefty. He's at 20, and he's got some room. 35, bounds at about the 39-yard line. But boy, he had an open way to go there for a moment.
It's a nice lane for him to get through. Great return. Give about 18 on the return. Wow, big turnover.
Yep, it sure was. In fact, we'll see how they do on offense this time. Again, solid offense for the Wolverines. A lot of three-year starters. You might have heard Bill Montgomery. This team did not even exist 4 years ago. School is 3 years old. Or it's 4 years old. The team is 3 years old. Nemeth to the second and through. And give to Trent Hurley. Hurley the tailback, 6'1", 205, and a senior, all 3 years. Jeff Signs in the last stop. Gosh darn, where have we heard that name before?
I don't know. I wonder if he's got a voice like his dad's.
Well, you know this. Dad would not play him if he was not an integral part of that defense, and I'm sure he's glad to have him there.
If you're a coach's son and you're not any good, there's a problem.
You bet. Still backfield now as they send Andrew Mashburn in motion. And Pearl has the football, and he runs off tackle, and he's out to the 49-yard line. A 2nd and 7 call from the 53.
This is what concerns John Signs up front. His defensive line of Dave Bowers, Ryan Wickline, Jeff Signs, and Josh Clay, as we get another look at this run, is going to have to deal with some big hosses up front from Aliso Niguel. These guys are going, 6'2", 220, 230. They got some really big guys up front, and late in the game, that could be a factor.
Ryan Gray, the biggest on the team, will give you some stats on him in just a second. And here's the keeper, and Nemeth runs for the first down on 3rd and about 1. Tackle made that time. Number 35, Phil Starkey, and here's a look at that one again.
You see the big guys up front. Look at the hole. He had the first down on the initial surge.
Also in that last stop as well, Jeff Signs again, number 56. Now guy backfield with a slot. Mashburn to the left, but now he goes in motion. And Nemeth wants to pass. Wants to throw, and now he's hemmed in. He gets loose. He's over for the 45. He disarms a player down to the 40, down to the 38-yard line. He turns nothing into something.
Well, the his sideline's looking for a flag because Nemeth got a hand to caught somebody's face mask. This team, I saw the scouting report when I was here Wednesday, Bill. They're multiple sets. They'll throw out at just about anything. They'll run out of anything, and you'll get another look. Nemeth, deep drop. Looked like a seven-step drop on that one. Stumps, regains his balance, and there, right there toward the tail end of the run, you saw him catch his hand.
Tyler Griffith and Cameron Mitchell on that last stop as well. And Nemeth, again, to Purley. He's over the 35-yard line.
His flak jacket coming done down there.
This is interesting now because as we have the officials take a quick official timeout, this is interesting because we'll be interested to see how the Wolverines respond after getting turnover and then giving up a touchdown very quickly. And I want to tell you, the fake by Pitts to Durance Mitchell was the best call I've seen in a couple of years.
Oh, well, they do that a lot. I mean, they got you a couple times last year for the Dublin game. I remember that. And Steve Baird, who was here, and we'll speak with him, he'll with Montgomery a little later on. He was so good at that. But Steve used to do that and keep it. And he busted Arlen big time on one of those and had one called back a couple years ago.
And they're doing an official measurement. First down. So you get the first down in that last carry.
Hey, Bill, what are those called again?
First downs.
You know,
Oh, those are the official name for the chains are the digger rods.
Yes.
You know, and it's not even in the Webster dictionary. I looked for it. There's no description that was in there. Well, heck, call Webby and tell him he needs to get digger rods in the dictionary.
It's not abridged?
No.
No kidding.
No. First and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Wolverines. And jet lag does not seem to be a problem for them either. Of course, they've been getting up early every morning to do practice in the morning. And he's hemmed in back there. Oh, what a play.
Wickline. What a play.
He made a great play, and Nemeth had nowhere to go on first down.
Wickline shooting the gap on that one. And you're right, there was nothing for Nemeth to do. Here it comes.
Wow. That's a play.
You can't do it better than that.
Brendan Kent, the left guard, who was in front of him there on the ground as well, so he took the left guard with him. Second and 14 of the 39-yard line into Wildcat territory. With 7.5 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Nemeth throw a ball up in the corner, and a lot of pushing and shoving. I think they're going to call this offensively, it looks like.
Yeah, there's no other way this one could go. His hands in the small back. That's a call.
The Aliso Niguel wide out. Pushed off. That was Andrew Mashburn, number 85. And that was an obvious call.
That's a gimmick. Every ref would hope that every call was this easy.
Here this comes at you right now.
Nemeth, good footwork. Uncorks one there. You see it at the tail end. You know, there was no. The ball was catchable. There's no real need for that.
Give those guys in the truck a great amount of respect. They got the flag in the air. It looked like a paper airplane, but they got it here.
We saw a lot of flags last week, man.
265 yards and penalties, the longest game they've had in Columbus high school football. And we got to see it. And
the second longest one that we've ever broadcast. Our very first game was just a little longer than that 4 years ago.
I don't think so tonight. This game's moving along rather well. Nemeth now wants to pass. And he throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mashburn should have had it, but out from his hands, and it'll bring up fourth down. Actually, that'll be a turnover. That is fourth down. They did not punt. No, it is fourth. Okay, boy, I saw the clock already up there. I thought I missed something. It is fourth down and forever.
He put it up, guys. Well, John was telling me on Wednesday that they had a lot of penalties here too. They had 11 penalties, and Grove City had 9. So, rest of that in the first week of the season.
And David Wilson, the kick, and the boot is coming down to about the 20-yard line, and it's going to roll down to about the 10.5-yard line. That's where it will be done right there. That was 7:07 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Hilliard still 7-0 on a Durant-Mitchell run, and I'll tell you, that was one of the prettiest runs you'll ever see in a high school football game.
They showed the film of the kickoff return last week. When he got to about the 25, there was no Grove City defensive player near him. 3 guys got a hand on him, and it was just incredible. He didn't even look like he was running real hard. His pads weren't even wrapped. He's a special kid.
Sean pulled the eye backfield, and he gets the middle there. Boy, he's on the go. Doing a super job. Let's go down to Bill Montgomery Field. Next Bill's on the pin ready. We'll keep right here.
Great night for football, Bill.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we really thought it was a monsoon. It started raining in the Columbus area around 4 o'clock this afternoon, but it seems we've been able to get away from that. So far, 2nd down and 10 yards go. Gain in the last ball, and the flat will stop before it goes anywhere. You know, interesting, Hilliard last week did not complete a pass in the entire ball game. It's very unusual for a John Sines team.
Well, he is a powerful coach, but they break that with those great scripts that they run, short crossing routes that he likes a lot. So that is surprising. Let's go to Bill Montgomery.
Wildcats did an excellent job on that last step of Aliso Niguel. I don't know if you guys have talked about it. Aliso Niguel outweighed the Hilliard defense lineman by about 23 pounds, so they did an excellent job. Rob, Bill?
He's good.
He is, and he gets all bats before we.
Oh, how that happened? How much did he tip Debbie?
I don't know. And here's the give up the ball, and Rand Mitchell is out to the 9-yard line, go well short of a first down. Bring up third down, 15 yards total. Check that, make it 12.
Good crowd here.
Nice crowd. And you know, there are parents here for the California team, and Bill Montgomery will be picking some of those folks up to the ball game tonight.
Try to get one of those T-shirts. They have these real cool road trip T-shirts with the map of the U.S. on them. We'll try and build to get one to show you folks. And, I got one of these.
Backfield again. And pitch, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Jamar Johnson again.
Yep, tries to make the catch, but it brings up fourth down and 12. It'll be interesting because it looks like Aliso will get some decent field position here.
Well, this is the problem that Hilliard had last week, the second half. Be stuck in their own end, punt in their end zone, just warmed down and was able to get in and score.
John Sines said they never got past the 10-yard line for any drive last week. You just can't spend the whole starting the 10-yard line.
Unless of course your quarterback is John Elway and you're playing collegiate. Some Browns fans.
I think they were short a player. Now they got everybody in there.
.547 left.
Back to receive is number 12, John Hefty, in single safety. Here's the kick from Chenos, and he takes it to 45. You want to start a field away from one tackle, up to the 35, still going to the 31-yard line, and Hefty brings it back very well.
Well, this is exactly what Hilliard doesn't want. They want to keep letting a punt start on their side of the field. It's not good. And the defense is just get tired if this continues to happen, just like last week. I'm sure that John is gonna talk to the defensive staff about this.
That's not an easy thing. You have to come up with that.
But if you're Aliso Niguel, you like the short field.
Ryan Gray is 6'3", 275 pounds, and a junior on that front line for the Wolverines. And that's a big player.
He's a
the
junior.
offensive line and a junior. We met him earlier. And here's the throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Mashburn out on the right side.
Maybe it's in the water, man. I don't know. Where are they from, kids?
Well, Gray at 6'3" and 275. You've got Eric Cardone, who's 5'10", 265, and a senior. So you've got some real beef up front. And they're going to try, and we've got it's 23 pounds a man difference between the offensive line and the defensive line between Aliso Niguel and Hilliard, and that's a lot of weight to give up during a football game. Flag lie on the handoff, but Neve keeps it. I think he bobbled that handoff. And he's tackled for loss. May turn this penalty down. I think this is going to go against California. And the Wolverines had to go procedure. I'm sure they'll take the loss and take the down. Mitchell comes up, official. I'm sure he took.
Good call, Bill.
To the point where you start to anticipate some of this, especially when you are Hilliard. Hilliard really has played well on defense to set up their offense, and this is what they're doing right now. They're trying to put it to a hole. Third down, it's 15 yards to go after they take the down. But Nemeth wants to throw. Throws left. Has it coming at him, throws downfield, and Mashburn should have had it at the 20 and dropped it. Two major drops for Mashburn here in the first quarter.
Both his teams trouble catching the football.
I don't think we're going to see a bullet. It would be over 50 yards. So Tyler Griffin back in single safety for the Wildcats.
It's a 53-yard attempt from here.
Now, Chino is going to be able to. Rodney Jones is one of the outstanding kickers against Central Ohio this year. We talked to a couple last week. We won last week. We'll see how later in the season with them son of
Next week, as a matter of fact.
Yep, against Arlington. But I'll tell you, Chimpos is another outstanding kicker, good for 50 yards.
Well, the thing is, in Sign's first couple seasons here, that was a real concern area for these guys. Kick game was suspect at best.
I want to remind you about ESPN pay-per-view college football. And so every Saturday this fall, you can catch ESPN's pay-per-view college ball. You can see the best matchups, the top conference, not broadcast in our area, and it's more of the game you really want to see. Commercial readings on Warner Home Theater pay-per-view, only $9.95 a week. I don't know who they have tomorrow. I haven't looked yet.
I've seen it. It's a pretty good list.
And here's the kick from Smith.
Whoa.
And it's going to go down around the goal. Oh, at the 1-yard line. My goodness. What a great play. That kick Nemeth just kind of sat down there around the goal line. and they were able to knock it back in, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Hefty who hit it, number 12.
Yeah. Looked like he hit a bat and iron, did.
Sure did, boy. Hung up there all the time. Nice kick. Boy, a hang time on that one.
That's perfect distribution.
Now watch right here. He just, before he's in the end zone, Hefty's able to knock it back in 1 yard line, and they'll start right there, 99 yards away from the other end zone. You talk about John Sines not happy with his field position last week. He's having even worse trouble tonight.
Oh, yeah. That you can count on.
But he's also got the weapons. He's got a Kevin Stanley. He's got Durance Mitchell. He's got Sean Pitts. He's got a lot of good people out there that can do a big job for him, and that's what he needs right now.
Indeed.
One of the things that Coach Sines mentioned to us as well has to do with offensive line. And a lot of the problem is they just don't have as much experience. Now, he says they go through the year, he said, we're going to be a very good football team. Well, but he said it's going to take some time.
Well, another thing he said was that this line doesn't have that knock a guy on his can attitude that the championship teams had when Steve Bear's here. And even after that, the 94 team. So that was the last team he had that really had that killer instinct up front.
Hitting in the slot, almost intercepted by Hefty. Boy, Hefty's playing a real good ball game for Aliso Niguel right at this point.
He seems to be on top of things tonight, Bill.
Let's get down to the field, Bill Montgomery.
So Hefty, that could have been 6.
4:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Boy, it's a long first quarter, hadn't it?
Well, not nearly as long as last week's first quarter, but
yeah, halftime was probably the short part of the game last week, I think.
No flags.
And here's the give, and it looks like he's tackled for a safety. He is tackled in the end zone for a safety. Hopefully we get another look at that. Mitchell tackled in the end zone, couldn't get out, and it's 7-2 with 4:40 left to go here in the first quarter.
Here it comes, Bill, on the replay.
Let's get a look at what happened. I'll tell you, it happened so quick. Looked like in there on stop. Number 58, Jeremy Miller, the defensive end, 6'2", 215, making the last stop. Let's head to the field and to Bill Montgomery.
Guys, Aliso Niguel is representing more than just their own high school. They're representing Capistrano Unified School District in California, sitting about halfway in between Los Angeles and San Diego, representing 36 schools, about 35,000 kids. Interesting to note, they didn't get any additional money for this trip. All of the money that they got was raised by the school. So, Rob, Bill, back to you.
I tell you, gets the stuff we don't
get.
That was great. Thank you very much, Bill Montgomery. And yes, a lot of interesting things to put this together. We have a lot of people that we're going to thank tonight as well to help make this possible. And again, you viewers watching in California,
hope you're enjoying the telecast to this point.
I bet you they're nicer than ours.
You think? That's a no-brainer. That may be the smartest thing you've ever said in the telecast.
7-2, and now Chenos will have to kick off.
The free kick portion of the safety.
This is the part I've never liked, but you have to do it. And Chenos gets a nice kick. It's going down to Hefty at about 18. He's up 30, 35, over the 40, out to the 4-yard line. Tackle made out there by number 44.
Horn and Stewart being credited for the stop, Bill.
And CSG also, number 44 for Hilliard as well. 7-2, and now Aliso Niguel will start at their 41-yard line. Still very good field position. Not as good as their last time, but not a lot of teams start on the other team's yard line. And Nemeth gets to the first make through. Boateng, they're doing some big hit out there right now.
Hurley got whacked in the middle of the Hilliard defense.
Trent Perlman, the lone tailback. Thomas, along with Mashburn, are the two wideouts. And they've been running a 2 tight end system. They will do that quite a bit. We'll see Corey Chandler as well as Darren Luke in the ball game at double tight end. And goes Luke in motion now with the eye set. Nemeth wants the pass. He's almost nailed, and they throw it way downfield. It's almost caught by Corey Chandler, the other tight end. But I will tell you, coming in to almost make a major stop was Dave Bowers, the defensive end. Number 70 was all over Neiman. He felt it when he got rid of it.
Yeah, he got unloaded on.
Great play by Bowers that time. Unfortunately, he got a little bit late. Watch 75, right?
It's a two-receiver route, so you're basically hoping to find a seam or a little crack and get somebody loose in one of those.
Phil Starkey doing the defensive job out there on the tight end Chandler. 3rd and 7 at the 44-yard line. The Wolverines. Never thought I'd be saying that again.
Oh! Now, Durant Mitchell.
Durant Mitchell coming in defensive back spot, and wham!
Safety blitz.
But one thing John Sines can't be happy about is this defense, and they've come to play, and they've made a couple of big plays here just the last time out, and here's a look at that again.
There he comes. He sheds his hand. Never saw him coming.
4th and 14, and Nemeth will have to punt. Griffith will be in single safety down about the 20-yard line. There you see him. Waiting for one more play. You're waiting for the punter to come down the field is the problem.
Oh, that ain't good.
Actually, he's not going to punt this time. Looks like Chandler now is going to punt. So Nemeth punted early, and now Chandler's going to punt the football. Oh, nice kick. Griffith trying to run under, but falls short in front of him, and he wants to pick it up, but it goes out of bounds about the 31-yard line. Not bad at all. Good kick.
Maybe Nemeth is just a pooch punter.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Hilliard Wildcats. 2:52 left in the first quarter of play. Our second game of the year here on Warner High School Football 96. Warner Cable Sports bringing these games to you this year. You have another 8 after tonight. Doesn't seem possible.
It was in a little bit of question. Grandview Heights will officially start school this coming Monday as Durant takes the handoff.
And Durant Mitchell doing a good job. Hefty brings him down. And we've Hefty's name a lot in this ball game from Aliso again.
If you haven't been following Grandview, they've been remodeling all the schools. There's been a lot of construction. They haven't started school yet. And the OHSAA had said if they hadn't started by, I believe it was the 16th, they wouldn't have any eligibility, anything to base eligibility on for football. So they were going to have, or all the ball sports. So we're going to have to forfeit everything. They will get in under the wire, so we will get to see them against Bishop Reedy in the West Side Tour.
It'll be a good ball game. We're looking forward to that. Pitts with Durant Mitchell and Jimmy Sherman. And here's the grip to middle. Midfield, 45, and he's out of bounds into Wolverine territory. But again, Mitchell taking that off. He didn't lose that time.
Well, that's the thing. Every time he touches the ball, there's the possibility that something big can happen. Good job by the guys up front. Here we get another look. Great shot. There you see it break through the hole.
And now we have a holding call, which we didn't see. Here's a flag calling that one back, and what a shame that is, because Mitchell's really putting on a show out here so far in the first half.
Yeah, he's even got John. We'll check him out.
Yeah, John's not real happy with the call. Yeah, I tell you, he's one of the most interesting people that I get to talk to all year long, John Sines. And you know something? He's one heck of a coach. And I don't know if everybody realizes how good he really is.
28 years, 1 losing season, and that was last year.
And he's not going to the new high school. He's staying here.
I don't think they would add. I don't think any of this district has the nerve to ask him.
No, I don't think so. I know they're happy about that. Mitchell, back up field for the penalty call. And you know, the funny thing is, it wasn't a big penalty, but it was a bringing back, which makes it a penalty.
They'll set up 3rd and short.
About 3rd and 2. Ryan Greer in the ball game, another wideout. Kept Stanley for 3 in the ball game for the Wildcats. R. Johnson, 87, out to the right side. And pitch to Durant. He has the first down.
Notice every time he gets in there, the pile moves forward.
Well, this is one coach I have a lot of respect for because he knows who his go-to guy is back in the backfield. He isn't another coach we all know that took his star player out of a football game a week ago and put in some fumbled the ball at the goal line, namely Barry Singers.
Ooh, Wayne Fonts. Get out your shovels, I believe. You have a dig.
But he knows who his go-to guy is, and that's who he gives it to. And again, Mitchell, not much there on first down.
Good penetration by the Wolverines. Notice the white shirt won the battle up front on that side.
But a gorgeous football field facility Hilliard High School has.
9-year-old, opened in the fall of 1989. They christened against the Eastmoor.
And they have played some tremendous ball games at
Some
this
barn
facility.
burn. Remember, you were probably here for the 92 game. Was it Jeff Ramini scored a game winner final play regulation?
First time I ever saw them play here, and I'll tell you, that was exciting to say the least. Mitchell tries the left side this time. Not a whole lot there. Maybe a couple.
It may be the last play of the quarter.
As we get down to about 13 seconds left to go. 32 Wyden, or I should say, Hayden Wyatt made that last tackle. Aliso Niguel. I was right the first time. Wyatt Hayden. It looks like it's better the other way, but it's not. And officials, that's the end of the first quarter of play. Our score is Hilliard 7, Aliso Niguel from California 2. We'll be back with the second quarter after we take a break. You're watching high school football 96 on Warner Cable Sports.
Cox Communications Channel 3 is your award-winning connection to the community. Starting at 5:30 a.m., Kurt Viska brings youngsters It's Cartoon Time. 6, join Rex Tyner and Agnes Gardner for Seniors, The Changing Scene. Then at 6:30, a Belsh hosts In the Community. Watch Terry Waddell at 7 p.m. each Thursday for Cox Cable Forum. Paul Higgins joins us at 7:30 for Coach's Corner, and again at 8 for our Game of the Week. Be sure to watch Channel 3 for special parade, rodeo, exclusive covered UCI sports. At Cox Communications Channel 3, we'll bring the community to your home.
Back at Hilliard High School, Bill Boggs, Rob Havner on the field. Bill Montgomery tonight getting us some of the insight into this great ball game. 7-2 as we start the second quarter. Hilliard on top, and the ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Intended for Jamar Johnson, but it was number 57, Pat Herlihy, 6'1", 180, a senior, who made the knock down the pass.
The SWAT.
It's 4th and 7, so that means punting, and Rodney Chenos on the field, number 12 for the Wildcats. Decked out in their gorgeous blue home uniforms tonight. Not much of a kick, but they're going to get a chance to down it with no return at about the 35-yard line. That's where Aliso Niguel will take over. I want to mention some of the folks that have helped make this this possible. I want to mention their principal, Dr. Niece Dan. Their superintendent, Dr. Fleming, their athletic assistant principal, and that's, I want to make sure I have it right, Dennis Scalia, hope that's right, and also to Larry Petroff over at Ohio State University for all the arrangements they've made. They've been staying at the Foster Center.
Larry's done a great job this week.
He has. He really has, and he should be commended for that. Neiman's pass out of the flat is incomplete at about the 39.
But you know, Bill, this isn't the only team that made a long trip this week. The Sabino Sabercats from Tucson are down in Chillicothe tonight.
And they were at one of the Holiday Inns in town. We're busy doing some checking. I did not know that they were here until we found out today. So, teams from the West and Southwest getting a chance to get a flavor of the Ohio State High School Athletic Association way to football, and they're getting a real chance to see how a Midwest team does it.
Oh, yeah.
High backfield now. And Nemeth, he gives to the second man through, and that's Purley. Purley up to about 46-yard line. That should be good for a first down.
Nice run. Good job of blocking front. Now you're seeing that size sort of take over a little bit. Watch the white shirts push all the blue shirts out of the way. Nice hole.
Good on blocking there. And that'll be interesting if they keep the ball on the ground, and they like to mix up. Team with head coach Joe Woods. Joe coaching for a number of years in California and Utah. Told me the other night that they really want to mix it up. They think that they are pretty evenly matched ball club with Hilliard. And here's the quarterback keeper. Nemeth is off to the races. He's to 40 down to 38-yard line. A first down on a run about 15 yards. Nice run that time by Nemeth, the quarterback.
Ran that thing open wide, man. Just busted wide open.
It comes at you.
Look at that.
Right in your living room. There he comes.
Oh, move the chips.
And it's a first down for the Wolverines at the 38-yard line. coming up on the 10-minute mark of the first half. Pearlie again tries the right side this time, but boy, everybody over there. Trey Williams, 34, one of the first people to meet him over there.
I believe they sniffed that one out.
Also,
well, what's funny about these two coaches tonight is that Joe Wood was born here in Ohio in Stark County, and John Sines born in Santa Barbara. So California-Ohio ties all over this baby.
but opposite, obviously.
Yes.
And again, Pearlie to about the 43 of second down ball.
Which begs the question for John Sines. How do you go from Santa Barbara to West High School? That ain't right.
We'll have to ask him. Bill Starkey in that last tackle. Starkey making the last couple of tackles and on both of them. For Wildcats. 3rd and 5 at the 34-yard line in Hilliard territory. As the Wolverines set permanent motion, so nobody in the backfield now. Everybody out in pattern. Nemeth rolls left, wants to throw downfield. Sit Mashburn, he keeps the football. I think he's short of the first down. He was looking for Mashburn downfield, who was looking for a split second, but he was more or less running for his life out there. Finally got past the line of scrimmage and couldn't throw the football.
Well, he's another look at it. Chuck Berger, the first on the stop for the Wildcats. It's Ray Williams in pursuit. There's Chuck Berger on it.
Berger doing a great job to get that stop short of the fourth down, or the first down. It's 4th down and about 2 at the 31. Now the 2 wideouts with the 2 tight ends, and Purdy now in motion. And Smith keeps it, goes right off between the guard and the tackle. Still looks down to the 20, down to the 18. That's a first down, and Neat doing it all himself, and he's a very tall quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he's a big kid, is Nemeth. He's 6'2", 210. And the high knee action, he's running like a running back on that play.
Well, he dragged a defender with him for a couple of extra yards, and it's 1st and 10 and 19. And they're getting deeper and deeper into Wildcat territory, trailing 7-2. Again, Pearlie the lone setback, slot to the right. And Pearlie goes to the left side, and he's down to about the 10. Just short of a first down by a yard and a half.
You see this side is starting to take over a little bit up front. You're noticing more and more. There's 3 or 4 yards before Hilliard gets somebody to hit one of these ball carriers from Miguel.
Chuck Berger and Dre Williams on that last stop for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 2 at the 11. Just outside the 10. Defense tried to switch up, and again, this is about a 23-pound man difference between Aliso Niguel and their line and Hilliard's line from the defense. Very close to the first down. They may have stopped the short.
Look like he may have it.
Berger and also Jeff Sines in that last stop.
Guess not.
It's 3rd and about a yard to go, maybe a little less. Has to get the nose of the football just over or just at the 9. Little wind starting to blow now. A little more than we've had in the ball game. Nice breeze anyway. High backfield again. And Nemeth keeps it. He gets loose. I think he might have fallen for it. Originally they had him stop, but he may have fallen forward for the first down. Let's see how they call it. Yeah, they're going to have to measure that. It's very close. I'll tell you, I thought he would get a better spot. He did not. So,
well, I've seen some games decided on spots out here. So
I think it was where his knee went. It looked like he fell forward farther with the football, but his knee hit a little earlier than the way it looked on the actual run.
He got it.
Boy, just by the length of the football.
Less than that, about half a length.
So it's 1st and goal at the 8-yard line for Aliso Niguel, the Wolverines from out in Southern California. As Bill Montgomery mentioned, about 35 miles south of LA, about halfway between LA and San Diego. Beautiful area in southern Orange, California. And we say hi to everybody out there, and we hope you're enjoying this one from Hilliard, Ohio. Namath get to Pearly, flags fly. This may be coming back.
Hilliard would hope so. First and goal deep in their own end.
Well, this has been a nice drive for Aliso Niguel. They didn't start quite as deep in their own territory, or as deep in Hilliard territory this time around, but they still have to drive quite a ways here. And the call goes against the Wolverines.
There you get a look at that breeze that you were talking about, blowing to the south.
And we're hoping that Tropical Storm Fran will stay away until this one's over with.
Or at least till I'm in the car. Like we did the DeSales-Watterson game last year, and the rain held off, and Mike Raymond and I were walking back, and we were just gotten to our cars, and the skies opened up.
It's one of the other games we'll have this year. We'll be telling you more about the schedules we get deeper into the ball game in this one today. Mashburn in motion. Pearly goes off the left side. He's down to the 5, down to the 3. And so it'll be second down now, but a lot less to go on that 1st and 13 call. First and goal from the 13, and here's a look at it.
There's the motion, give. There it is. There's 6-7 yards before anybody gets a hat on it.
Kind of looks like the Miami Dolphins in Kentucky. A little bit, uniform.
Yeah, a little.
Hilliard's always had very nice football uniforms. The band uniforms are just gorgeous. They have decked everybody out for this one. They're putting on their best face tonight, and they always do. Their hospitality out here.
Oh, yes, great.
Second to nobody's. On second and goal for Aliso Niguel. So the tight end in motion. And he wanted to roll out, I think, and give himself an option, but Namath couldn't do anything. He ends up eating the football. Pick up third down. And this time he loses back to about the 14-yard line, just shy of the 50.
Chuck Berger coming up big again.
Every time it looks like they're going to get in, they kind of self-destruct a little bit, and the defense comes up play. Here you look at it. Boy, Berger did them all by himself at first.
He was holding on for dear life, yelling for help.
Now we're getting a really stiff breeze coming out of the, hopefully out of the north. I hope I'm looking the right way. And Namath on 3rd and 9. Wants to throw the football down here, and it's incomplete. Actually, it was 3rd and goal from the 9. We said the 15. It was 3rd and goal from 9. Now it's 4th and goal from the 9. With 5:50 left to go till halftime. And we're going to have both bands, as far as we know, or we'll have one band. It'll be just Hilliard's band here at halftime.
Both band? I was like, what are you?
Yeah,
you see mine, didn't you?
You know, we're just so used to having two bands every week. It's 4th and goal from the 9-yard line.
Rising up.
This ought to be a fun play here. Let's see what they pull out. And Namath throws out here, and it's incomplete. Tyler Griffin was out there on the stop, but it was thrown behind.
That's a good call, though. It looks a lot like that arrow fade that Dan Marino throws to O.J. McDuff in the same situation. If the receiver makes the side adjustment in time, he can cut in front of the DB. The DB never sees the ball.
Well, watch Wes Thomas here try to come up with a number 3 for Aliso Niguel. He couldn't quite do it. And it would have been short of the goal line because he would have been done with another player right there. So the ball goes over on down, still 7-2, and the defense held for the Wildcats. Pitts gives to Mitchell. Mitchell, 15, 18-yard line. Nice run by Durance Mitchell on the left side. That line, an excellent job that time.
That'll get you some breathing room. He always has his head facing north and south. You know, you see guys, they want to spin and you know, be fancy and make great moves. His pads are always going north and south.
Nick Gerasimu in that last stop, number 24 for the Wolverines, brings up a 2nd down and 3 as he picks up 7. They're officially marked at the 17. And here's Mitchell again. Lewis has the 1st down, and he's almost out to 30. Mitchell's running very free and very well in this one. We didn't get to see him last year, but boy, he's putting on a show right now.
Well, when he was in the games last year, he opened up great against Grove City. Had like 160 yards last season. Had the knee injury. No ill effects. Did you see him come right at you?
And Pittsburgh's up the line. And again, the give to Mitchell. Boy, he's met that time. Making the stop that time, number 32, Wyatt Hayden.
Seymour
also there.
The stop as well.
There you see our score. 4:29, the clock running here in the first half, 7-2. On a great 30-yard run by Rance Mitchell on one of the best fakes you'll see. You do it well here. That was some movement in the line.
And that's going to go against Aliso Niguel. It looked like the defensive guy drew the offensive lineman offsides. And there you see Valadez in the middle of your screen going, oh, man.
Offside against Aliso Niguel, and you were right in as usual. Well, after last week, you should be well aware of penalties.
Oh, my goodness.
Did we see every call that was in the Ohio High School Athletic Association book or not?
I think we saw illegal touching, illegal use of the helmet.
Although you have to remember, folks, in any high school football game, some of these officiating crews are getting their act together, too. They don't get as much practice like you would see in the NFL. So, Mitchell again, right off tackle. He's over the 35 out to the first down marker. Let's see where they actually put it down. Looks like it's very close. And they may want to measure. A lot of close things going on out there as far as measurements tonight. Very close. While we do that, we want to remind you that the Disney Channel is now available to you at no extra charge with your standard cable service from Warner Cable. Just started this month. The animals will be turning wild with the new original series, movies, and specials about the Animal Kingdom. Don't miss the premiere of The Lion King Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Follow your instincts for fascinating animals and award-winning family programming on the Disney Channel, only on Warner Cable Channel 19.
I think I'm the only person on the planet who hasn't seen The Lion King.
Make it 2.
Oh, cool. Now I don't feel so bad.
I don't know. I was at a football game that night, I think.
Indeed. Speaking of football games, where are we next week?
We'll talk about that. First down. And Durant still carries. We're going to go over at Kaufman High School for the Scioto game. Dublin Scioto will be hosting Thomas Wington, the Hard Rock Trophy game. No, that's Kilbourne. That's Kilbourne. That's right.
That's at the Taj Mahal this year.
Yes, we'll be able to go, and that's a wonderful facility as well to do football from.
If you've never seen it, you'll understand why I call it the Taj.
We have been blessed with some of the best high school facilities in the entire country, and this is one of them right here with Hilliard. And the give that time carried by number 40, Jimmy Sharon, the fullback. 6 feet, 218, and a sophomore.
Got to dig that.
A lot of players getting to start younger and younger in Central Ohio.
Well, Nick Goins started as a freshman at Kaufman. Really took control as a sophomore. So you're seeing that more and more. You have to play these kids.
And you wonder when you will see another Andy Katzenmoyer in this area.
Well, they're saying that the kid at Grove City is supposed to be the next Katzenmoyer.
Pitts fumbles it, and it looks like, let's see who picked it up. Yep, he was able to get his own fumble back. Pitts got, or was it Pitts? Yes. Petrego making the tackle for Aliso Niguel. Lost the handle. It's 4th and 4 now at the 45-yard line, and there's going to be a punt take place. Now a timeout being called by the Wolverines. And we'll keep it right here.
Looking forward to seeing Scioto. I get a chance to see Greg Simpson, who one coach in the OCC told me has the potential to be better than Nick Goins. So that's high praise.
Simpson, of course, playing a lot in the slot last year. And we'll get a chance to see him. We saw them play a couple of times last year. Enjoyed it very much.
They were so loaded. When Dio put in that offense at Kaufman in '94, we saw them in the opener at Memorial Stadium on the campus at Arlington High School. and they just destroyed the Golden Bears, and they've always traditionally been tough defensively. They ran over like 42-7.
2:14, the clock stopped on the 4th and 4. The kick coming up from Chenos, who does all the punting and place kicking for the Wildcats.
Full service a la Mike Gillette at the University of Michigan back in the 80s.
Hilliard trying to get their first win of the year after a tough loss at Grove City last week. And here's the boot. And it comes down, a very short kick by Rodney that time, at about the 37-yard line where it went out of bounds in Wolverine territory. That's where they'll put it in play. With 2:08 left to go here in the first half.
Was that 18 yards officially? That is not good.
Stay with us at halftime. We'll have some special interviews. We'll have the band from Hilliard, the Wildcat band, will be on the field. And we'll discuss what happened in this first half and get ready for the kickoff. So a lot of things to come. Stay with us here. Still 2:08 left to go here, though, in the first half. Nemeth has plenty of time to throw. Now he puts it down and he starts to run. Good coverage downfield. He's over the 45 and out of bounds at the 49. Very close to a first down. He may have it. Let's see where he went out. Nemeth had all kinds of time back there, but they were doing a great job downfield on coverage.
Didn't he? He was just back there like, let's see. Okay, sure, why not?
Watch it here.
Was he ordering dinner? What's the story?
Look how much time he's got. He has time to put it up. He stands there.
He had at least 3.5 seconds. You hardly ever see that.
But you know, that secondary did a great job downfield staying with their people, and he was not able to throw downfield, but he gets the first down anyway on a nice run of about 11 yards. Nemeth wants to throw again. He tucks it back in and runs again. He's over midfield and into Wildcat territory at the 48.
Same call.
I think he really does want to pass the football, but I think that time he might have pulled it down because I think he's thinking that downfield, they've really got some good coverage. A good job done by John Sign's secondary out there.
Get another look at it. They've called their second timeout, has the Wolverine coaching staff. There you see him again. He didn't really look real long for a receiver.
Not as long this time, you bet.
So they're down to one timeout at 1:52 to go.
And Nemeth, I wonder if he might have been shaken up a little bit. No, I guess not. He's just talking to their head coach, Joe Woods. Well, it's been a interesting first half, 7-2. We've seen a safety in this ball game.
We've had our season requirement of safeties.
We've had a major fumble, and we've had a great fake, and Durance Mitchell scores a touchdown. So you say 7-2 and say it hasn't been a lot of action, but there's been an awful lot of action in this ball game.
It's a defensive struggle at 7-2. I mean, good pitching. I mean, wrong sport. I don't know.
They did a real nice job on the Aliso Niguel offense down at the end of the field here a little while ago when they were getting ready to go in and score a touchdown from the 8-yard line or 9-yard line. Didn't happen. Second down 7, the ball at the 48 in Wildcat territory. Nemeth wants to throw, still looking. Now he throws downfield, intercepted. Tyler Griffith has it. He's at the 40 and steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And again, it's mistakes that are starting to happen to Aliso Niguel. By Tyler Griffith. Pitts has it being chased. And the ball is thrown complete down here.
I believe we have our first completion.
And Sharon catches the football. And Pitts has got to be happy he got it into somebody's hands.
Put that one in the trophy case.
And that's a first down, and they're on the move here. I'll tell you, a touchdown here would really smack right on Aliso Niguel, and I know that their defense is going to try and come to play football now.
Well, last week it was the same thing. They had the lead. The key for Hilliard is going to be maintaining the lead.
45-yard line, and Pitts fakes it and gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell over the 40, 35, out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Another first down for the Hilliard Wildcats, and they're on the move now.
There you see Durance. He's like, oh, man, coach, I'm tired.
This is the young man we've been looking forward to seeing for quite some time, and he's putting out a show in this ball game.
His best friend, actually, is coming to you. Al Edmondson is here. friend of mine, cuts in the barbershop where I have my services done. Al has been raving about Durant's for years, and we're finally getting a chance to see it.
And this time it's to give to Jimmy Sharon, and Sharon's over the 20. The fullback carries that time. Dre Williams in the football game for the first time, spelling Durant's Mitchell.
Something tells me that Durant is coming back in with the next play.
And there you go, right there.
Maybe it's because John had a hold of his neck.
And Dre Williams comes out. And I'll tell you something. After Mitchell's gone this year, they've got Dre next year. I'll tell you,
he's rough. And life is rough for Johnson.
They are loaded, I'll tell you. They're loaded at tailback. And Pitts gives to Mitchell. Fumble. Let's see who came up with it. Look out. And Aliso Niguel gets it. Oh, my. Mitchell looked like he had fumbled the football on the way down.
I don't think he ever had that one, Bill.
No. And it turns over, and there you go. Another turnover. We saw a lot of turnovers last week. We're seeing a lot in this game.
Well, that one he just never really had to handle. And you can attest to that. You can tell on a situation like that when it's not a hit. And he'll get to the sidelines, and John will say what happened. He'll say, Coach, I just didn't have it.
Biggest problem you have with something like that is I shouldn't say it's so many turnovers as much as critical turnovers. They've been at times that they really couldn't afford a turnover, and that's why this score is still 7-2 with 1 minute and 2 left to go.
You're right. That'd have been a stranglehold on the lead going in 14-2 at the turn.
And they were moving the football, too. That's the difference with Hilliard. The offense was moving it. And again, they give to Purley out to the 20. They may just run this thing down and consider themselves lucky to try and regroup. Let's see.
Is that Hilliard using the timeout?
Yes, Hilliard's going to try and take advantage of this.
Make him put it up.
They still have 2 more timeouts left. They have not taken one here in the first half. So they can stop the clock 2 more times, maybe get the football back. So they're going to try and they're going to have to get a first down, obviously, to run this thing out. What a great first half.
There you get a look at John Sines. He's just ducked in behind the other coaches there.
Joe Woods out with his troops. Well, I'll tell you, this football team, and I'm sure Bill Montgomery can explain more about this, but you see the thing going by.
Is that the night train?
I think so.
James Brown, we salute you.
They went to, Aliso Niguel has been to the Football Hall of Fame in Canton this week. They have worked with the Woody Hayes facility all week. They were talking about how exciting it was to be in the vaunted Ohio State weight room, which is I've been there. It's unbelievable.
The whole team kept it once, folks. If you ever see some heavy metal, that's where you need to go.
Second down, 6 to 20, with 53.2 seconds left. This brings that offense up with a single setback now.
You get a chance to work with Dave Trinity while they were there?
Do not know. We'll have to find out. And Nemeth gives Purley. Purley off tackle, and he's out to about the 30-yard line. Now let's see if they want a timeout.
Well, the clock's going to stop so they can move the chains. So they don't actually have to use it. 47.8 to go. We'll get another look at this. Purley's been running the ball well here in the first half. There you see him. Great hole. Nice cut back in the hole.
Again, we're not seeing a lot of passes completed in this ball game, but Hilliard got their first one tonight.
And it only took him a game and a half.
Clock is running with 31 seconds left. And Nemeth gives him to Purley. They're just going to run the clock out. That's probably the last play we're going to see here in the first half.
Wait, pulled everything.
Got it. Now a timeout being taken. Now let's see who's now it's going to be Aliso Niguel, so they're going to talk about it. Coming up at halftime in this one, we'll go down to the field and have Bill Montgomery, who will have some special guests with him. We'll have a look at the Hilliard Wildcat Band, watch them perform for a few minutes. Get you some stats on how it looked here in the first half from what we saw, and get ready for the second half kickoff and what should be an outstanding second half with a game at 7-2 if it stays that way. Big fight tomorrow night on Warner Cable on pay-per-view.
Bruce Selden, Mike Tyson.
If you haven't ordered that, you want to call them right now at 481-5050. What a great fight that will be.
It's going less than 6 rounds.
We'll see. We'll see next week when we get back together how it actually went. But you want to call Warner and get booked up for that. Nemeth He's going to try and throw it, and now he just gets in. He's going to eat the football, and that's going to be it. As the clock runs down and runs out here in the first half. And our score at halftime from the Hilliard Athletic Complex, the Hilliard Wildcats 7, the Aliso Niguel Wolverines 2. We'll be back with halftime after you watch this. You're watching high school football 96 on Warner Cable Sports. And back at Hilliard High School, Bill Boggs, Rob Havner, Bill Montgomery is. We're getting ready for the second half kickoff. You got those stats real quick in front of you here, Rob, especially the stats of Durance Mitchell here in the first half.
The man, Durance Mitchell, 18 carries, 100 yards. Jimmy Sharon, two carries for 14 yards. Pitts is 1 of 5 passing for 12 yards. Scott Nemeth has taken the collar so far. He's 0 for 10, but rushing 13 for 23. And Hurley has 13 carries for 78 yards. And Gerasimo with 2 for 8 yards as we get underway.
And here's the kick. It's Williams, and he runs into the pack at about the 22-yard line. Boy, it's like he hit a brick wall.
Yeah, he came to an abrupt stop as our good friend Tom Webb has entered the building here in the press box. Former principal, he's moved into the more administrative side. They have a new athletic director here, a new principal here, with the new school opening up Avery Road next year, Hilliard Darby High School. A lot of growth.
Yep, Will Ernst is the new AD here, taking over
the reins for the semi-retired.
And here's a great play on defense by Aliso Niguel. What a nice play that time. Made by Pedro Mormel. I hope I had that right.
Mormel.
Here's a replay. But look at the play he makes.
I think
goodness.
It's going to be a 5-yard incidental face mask, I think, is going to be the call. Because you saw the ref throw that flag.
Juan Batrago. I want to get that last name right. Also on the stop that time, but the penalty keeps it first down, and instead of a big loss that he almost took, it's a first down and 10 yards to go at the 34-yard line.
Well, you can't beat that.
High backfield. Durance Williams is deep. Sharon is close. Wideouts both ways, and here's Pitts give to Durance Mitchell. And I almost thought Mitchell lost the football, but he hung on to it. Maybe got a yard and a half or so on the left side.
You know, going back to Bill's interview with Steve Baird, Steve's such a great player, but let's go to Bill down on the field.
Guys, I talked to Coach John Sines of the Hilliard Wildcats just before halftime, and he had one word to say for these guys, and that was execute. He said when you've got a 3rd down and 3, an ISO play, you've got to execute. There's no excuse for it. You only get so many chances in a game like this, so you've got to take advantage of them. He said it's a good team out there they're playing, and they got to go. Back to you.
2nd down and 6 call. Thank you, Bill. And Mitchell, maybe about 3 on the carry, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and short.
Well, as I was saying, Steve was right. I hope you young players were listening about the importance of your academics. Steve, a good student here, he realized he was a student athlete first. And we'll run down that offensive lineup for the Hilliard Wildcats. Jamar Johnson's your split end. Your tight end is Mark Charanaberry, Matt McClinty, Mike Madry, Chip Bullitt, Steve Harvey, not the comedian, the guard, and Jimmy Norris up front. Your flanker is Kevin Stanley, and Sean Pitts, your quarterback, Durance Mitchell, the tailback, and Jimmy Sharon is your fullback.
And Hefty just threw Pitts for a hefty loss.
He is carrying the load for that team over there.
It's 4th down at about 5, and I'm telling you, Hefty has come up big several times. Or you could say he might have bagged the quarterback.
Oh man. I hope they cut you a check. That's just,
you know, it was coming.
Commercialism.
Just Kenos with his kick.
Running rampant in the telecast this season.
And Hefty tries to bring it upfield. Tackled right there. Boy, I tell you, they were in there immediately. Looking for flags. I don't see any.
Occupational hazard from last week.
Phil Starkey in on that last tackle. He made a nice hit. with a whole host of Hilliard Wildcats in there.
There's a lot of former players here. I was down walking around during halftime, and Corey Rose is here. Chris Kirkpatrick is up here in the booth talking to some of the other teachers, and it's good to see it. All these OCC communities are like this, and you know, I would imagine that if we were at Aliso Niguel, you would see a lot of the same thing.
Gerasimo now in the I backfield for the Wolverines in their Miami Dolphins colors, and nice run again by Trent Purley. Purley had 13 for 78 in the first half, and he added almost 8 more on that carry.
They're just going to keep coming at you. These big hosses up front for Aliso Niguel, have got to take over, and they might as well on the first time that they have the ball in the second half. Another big hole, another 5 or 6 yards before somebody gets to the ball carrier.
Nemeth the quarterback, Purley, and Gerasimo in the backfield. And again, the give to Purley, and he's running right behind Nick. Has the first down that time. Elsewhere on that offensive line, left tackle is Brett Nelson. The left guard is Garrett Cardon. The center is Ryan Herbon. Then right guard Ryan Gray. We just saw his mom on camera there at halftime. The tight end is Darren Luke. The other tight end is Corey Chandler. They're in a 2 tight end set with 85 wide receiver Andrew Mashburn, the senior, as 1 wide out. And he's set this time out to the left side with the I backfield, and Nemeth calls signals. We'll set the Hilliard defense for you in just a moment. And here's Purley again on first down. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. And it brings up second down 10 from the 44, and Rob will set that defense for the Wildcats.
Dave Bowers, Ryan Wickline, Jeff Sines, and Josh Clay up front. Dre Williams, Josh Warner-Mundy, and Chad Gunka, your linebackers. That's a great football name. Your cornerbacks are Tyler Griffin and Les Horn, Cameron Mitchell, and Phil Starkey, your safeties.
Yes, and Cameron Mitchell is not the actor. You remember the old Wild West days? Cameron Mitchell, a big star out in Hollywood, but not the same name. No relation.
Wow. See, now you're dating yourself. We might have to cut you open and count the rings this year.
Well, they still carded me when I came in the gate tonight, so.
Yeah.
7-2 is the score, and it's not baseball, folks. It is football. We've seen no scoring since much earlier in the ball game.
The 4:46 mark of the first quarter was the last score we had.
But teams have been close to goal lines and not getting through them. Nemeth, this time to Gerasimo. And he's out almost midfield. Now a really late flag comes flying. I don't know what that was. It might be maybe a face mask. It was very late. Came flying in from the back judge.
And here we get the signal. Indeed.
Face mask. Well, when you see it usually flying that late on the end of a running play, it's usually a face mask. I'm surprised it was called from that far away, but he had a good angle on it and made the proper call. And boy, this is a big one.
15. Ouch.
That's a smacker.
I'm thinking that'll give him the first down.
We haven't seen a lot of flags. We've seen some in this game, not nearly as many as we saw last week, but obviously both ball clubs coming in trying to establish their running game, and that's what they're both trying to do at this point. So the clock running is 7:40 to go in the third quarter. I backfield again for the Wolverines. And Gerasimo, the second man through, carries the football. Looks like he's going to play a little bit of tailback, fullback kind of thing tonight. Gorgeous night for football in Hilliard, Ohio. For those of you on the West Coast, this is one of our better evenings in Central Ohio when you get to September. Even though Tropical Storm Fran lurking around the corner here, she has not made her way up to Columbus, and especially not to Hilliard so far. And it's been a dry field and a pretty nice evening for football. Wind not as hard as it was in about the second quarter. Single setback now is Gerasimo. We are not seeing Purley at this point. And Gerasimo is the ball carrier on second down, and he's nailed right there. Berger making the stop.
He's been in a lot of tackles here in the second half.
Jeff Sines coming out of the ball game now. Very good defense for this ball club. Bowers also checks out. Now we have an official's timeout being taken. Durance Mitchell apparently has an equipment problem of some kind. Well, now he's just coming out of the ball game, so let's see what they do.
Somebody hit the wrong helmet.
Changing helmets.
He wasn't happy about it either.
They're going to bring him back. I think they're going to bring him back in. Sure they are. Okay. A couple weeks from now, we're going to have Westerville South. Rocky Pentello's ball club against a very good ball club that Kerry Hodakovics put together over at Upper Arlington. That'll be a great ball game. We're looking forward to that. As you see the mascot there.
We had that shootout in '93 between those two teams, Terry Brown and myself. One of the best games I've ever seen at the high school level.
Mashburn in motion now. And this is Nemeth on the keeper. He rolls on the right side, goes around in, and goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Nice run that time by Nemeth.
Whoever the cornerback is on that side needs to take Nemeth's cleat prints off his neck.
Horn makes the stop that time for
Check
the
this
Wildcats.
out, folks. Watch the tail end of this one. There's Nemeth that gets to the outside.
Boy, he even belted Starkey down there, too, and Durance Mitchell in the area. So they all got taken that time. It's 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line in Wildcat territory. And again, Aliso Niguel driving the football. I backfield. And here's Gerasimu, or this time it's Purley. Purley back in.
Chuck Berger, we've been calling his number a lot on the Hilliard defense. He might have played his way into the starting lineup.
So Purley back in the ball game for Aliso Niguel, and he's now being led by Gerasimu, who's now at the fullback spot. They really don't run a true fullback, tailback run. They have a lot of single sets. They have had several sets where they've thrown the football with nobody in the backfield.
They've gone empty, they've gone they've gone pro set. They throw a little bit of everything at you.
2nd down, 8 at the 21-yard line. And now looks like
it's going to be delay.
Waited too long. Maybe he was trying to draw them, or it looked like he was trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. And one thing Joe Woods said, their head coach from the Wolverines, was that he would let him change off at the line. He's been doing it 3 years, knows what he's doing. And he took too long to change off that time. Well, what a festive atmosphere here at Hilliard High School. This is a fun place to come see a football game.
If you ever get a chance to come out, you're picking a spot to catch a game, this is a good one. Memorial Stadium at UA's is one of the older stadiums. It's kind of like the Fenway Park of the OCC facilities.
2nd and 14, and Nemeth wants to throw, and he throws it out to Gerasimo, and he can't hang on to it.
Just call him Nemeth.
I said Nemeth. I almost said Nemeth. I wanted to slip. It's real easy to do that.
Broadway Joe Nemeth.
Yeah, there are people who called him that. 5:01 left in the 3rd quarter, 7-2, and this is not a baseball score, folks. It's a real football game going on out here. But the defenses, for the most part, have taken over until this quarter. This seems to be the quarter where Aliso Niguel seems to be moving the football. 3rd and 14 now.
Well, this is the 2nd time that they've driven well, and we'll see what comes of this one.
Turnovers have really hurt them. 4th down calls have hurt them. And here's Purley, and he goes nowhere, and it's going to be 4th down again. They're going to come up short. And I think it's their ability not to complete a pass in the football game so far is what's really hurting here.
Chuck Berger again, along with Josh Clay on the stop. We'll get a look at it again.
Berger contributing a lot in this ball game. Watch him here.
There you see him. There's Berger, Clay, Durance Mitchell in the area.
Griffith.
Gang tackling.
Doing a good job. That defense has really shot the gap several times. There you see John Signs on the sideline.
The Hilliard Brain Trust.
And Nemeth on 4th down wants to throw. He rolls left, throws downfield, and it's caught
but it's well short.
It's well short of the first down. That's his first pass completion. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference because the ball goes over on downs. And
that's one thing, Bill, that I've never understood. Why, when you need 12, do you run a 7-yard hitch or a 7-yard cross to the short side? And you see him make the turn his little 7-yard square in, but he's 5 yards in front of the stick, so it's not really doing him any good.
Juan but I want to get this name out, Buitrago. Thank you. Boy, you need that sometimes. And here's Mitchell on the carry the other way for the Wildcats. Hilliard continuing to run the football very well in this ball game. Unfortunately, they have self-destructed themselves on offense when they've gotten down in the scoring zone, except once in this ball game.
Shooting themselves in the foot. Here you see it again. Great lead block by the fullback. Durant cuts it back inside the hole. He's bringing a load, is Durant.
First and 10 at the 33 for the Wildcats. Hilliard with the eye backfield again. And Pitts gives to Mitchell. Mitchell off the left side. Not a whole lot, maybe a couple.
Ran into his own man.
Well, we heard a lot about him last year, and we didn't get to see him play, unfortunately, by the time we got to the end of the season. And we saw Dre Williams, who was just an outstanding running back as a sophomore. And we enjoyed watching him. Well, I'll tell you, Mitchell is everything he was billed to be.
Well, you got to wonder if they've got a freshman kid that they're going to groom behind Dre next year as a sophomore, so he'll have 2 years.
And here's the give to Sharon's. And Sharon maybe gets a yard at best. Defense stayed home that time. Number 32 linebacker Wyatt Hayden. And let's go down to Bill Montgomery in the field.
The Wolverines coach, Joe Woods, had some very simple words for the players at halftime, fellas. He said they must win the half, very Joe DiMaggio-esque. The players have said it's our game in the second half, and it's there to take. You saw that on that fourth down call. Let's see if the defense can hold. Back to you.
Third down, 6, and the ball incomplete. Boy, Pitts had it right on the money. And the ball not caught out there.
Johnson, the intended receiver, ran a good route, just couldn't get his hands on it.
Jamar Johnson, number 87. Here you see it right in his hands. Oh, tough place to catch it up by the pads, I guess.
Hit him in the worst possible spot.
And it's 4th and 6, and this game with 2:38 left in the third quarter is still 7-2. Who would have thought that? Both teams playing close to the best here in the fourth quarter. Great kick by Chenos, and Hefty takes it at the 20. Starts upfield, maybe the 25, but boy, I'll tell you, they're all over there.
We got a flag down here. Ryan Wickline and who's that for Niguel? Ryan Wickline and Ryan Devine just going at it right at midfield.
Chad Gunka on the stop for Hilliard on that last tackle on Hefty. Nice kick that time. Chenos got off a nice punt.
He got all of that.
And he may have the wind a little bit behind that football. We're watching the flag. It's kind of a swirling wind out there, so.
.227 to go. This one's moving rapidly.
This has been probably the quickest third quarter we've had all year.
Well, we've only had one other third quarter, Bill, so.
That's why it's easy to say that.
Looking forward to seeing the defending Division II state champions next week.
Who lost a tough one last week and are up at Marysville for their game tonight.
2 straight roadies, the exact opposite of their schedule from last year when they opened with 2 at home.
I think Brian Deal really wants this game to get set up for next week with Worthington. And Thomas Worthington getting some more experience. Very good coach, Tom Blake. Looking forward to seeing that next week. Namath Gibbs. And again, it's Trent Purley, the ball carrier that time. He had 13 for 78 in the first half. Not a lot of offense, but a lot of ball control down and up and down the field. And then they kind of get into that kind of gray area and they start to run into problems, and they're having to either punt the ball or go on 4th down. A lot of times when the ball has gone over on 4th down each way. 2nd and 9 with the ball at the 25. Aliso Niguel, quarterback Scott Neiman. I backfield this time. Jarasimu close. Purley is deep in that eye, and it gives to Purley, the second man through. Cameron Mitchell on the stop down there. And now I think we have a player down, and now they take a official's timeout, a player down for the Wolverines.
That may be Purley. He took quite a shot as he was going down.
Joe Woods told me an interesting story the other night about Aliso Niguel's nickname, the Wolverines, which I thought would be fun. Let's take a look at the play first.
You see him, his neck gets jammed back. Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
So Purley's on the ground. Hopefully he will be okay. We're checking him out. Joe Woods told us an interesting story the other night about the Wolverine name. Apparently they were going to name them the Sharks at first, but there was another team down the road that already had a name that was a fish name, and they said no more fish, and they had some connections over in Michigan who convinced them to vote for the Wolverines, and that's how it got done. Very unusual to have a team called the Wolverines in California. I don't think the Wolverine is a prevalent animal in the state of California as far as I know.
Well, Pam Fugit has made her way over from the Hilliard sideline for a consult on the injury. 1:35 to go.
Don't forget the fall brawl coming up. Two teams of wrestlers collide very soon. You know, when that happens, only one thing is standing between them and victory. That's the enemy and a steel cage. Don't miss the pay-per-view spectacular of WCW Fall Brawl, Saturday, September the 15th. That's just a week away at 7 p.m. on Warner Cable Channel 51. The evening of high-flying action is only $24.95.
What a bargain.
481-5050. Call those guys. Tell them we told you to call. They want to order that up. And don't forget, tomorrow night, man, what a great fight this is going to be. As the Night of Champions meets champion when Mike Tyson battles Bruce Seldon for the WBA Heavyweight Championship live from Las Vegas at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. This pay-per-view event is available only $44.95, available on Channel 51 on Warner Cable. For more info, call them 481-5050 in Columbus, or in Delaware, call 363-9963.
Well, this does not look good. We've got the medics coming out.
And we're looking to see if they're going to put, maybe even put a backboard on him. I think that's what's going to happen. So they're going to immobilize him. Boy, that's a shame to come this far and be their star tailback and have him be hurt. We'll see if we can get the glasses on him. And I'm sure that Bill Montgomery will be checking that for us, as getting information back to you as fast as we can.
You're watching more than just television. You're watching Cox Communications build a bright new future where television, computer, and telephone services will one day come together, giving you easier access to the world.
We've received your fax.
Than ever before, at speeds never before possible, all through our quality fiber optic technology.
Superb. See you next week.
Cox Communications. And you thought you were just watching television.
Back at Hilliard High School, Bill Boggs and Rob Havner, and that's Trent Purley being taken off on the stretcher. He is completely immobilized, Rob.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, a lot of you fans may not, when Dennis Byrd got hurt when he played with the Jets, the big thing, the key that they credit him being able to walk with today was the fact that they got him immobilized. So as soon as we get word, if we get word before the end of the telecast, we'll be sure to pass it along to you.
And that's also a big loss for Niguel, because
that means Jarasimu's going to have to step up.
He's going to have to, and it's obvious that he was carrying the load a lot on the rushing end of things in this ball game and moving the football. Jarasimo is in the backfield, 3rd and 6 on the 27-yard line after we had a long delay.
From the gun.
And it's a bad snap, but he gets it down, and Nima tries to run for the first down, and he's going to be snowed under by the defense from the Hilliard Wildcats.
The Big Blue Wrecking Crew getting it done.
And what a shame that was on a 3rd and 6 call. They didn't get the first down. Tough defenses both ways in this game. When it comes time to make a stop, they've been making the stops when they have to.
7-2. If this holds up, that'll be impressive. I mean, in a defensive struggle, and we're both big fans of offensive football. We like to see the scoreboards lighten up.
We saw how many points? 65 last week? Or 60, 63. It was 49-24. So we saw 63 last week. Yes.
No, 73.
73. My fault. And here's the kick. And Griffith takes it at the 35. Starts upfield, 45, 48-yard line. Tyler Griffith, the ball carrier that time, and good field position. This may be the best starting field position that Hilliard's had in this game.
Easily. They started their first drive last week on about the Grove City 40 and were able to punch it in. So they're very close to midfield. They've marked it at the 47, 1st and 10. Under a minute, under 30 seconds to play. This will be the last play of the third quarter, provided it's not an incomplete pass.
Or a penalty.
Oh, please, don't say the P word.
High backfield, and you guess who's back there? Durance Mitchell, number 23.
I wonder if he might touch the ball.
I think so. No, it's Pitts wants to throw it. Rolls left. Now he gets hemmed in, throws downfield, and it's incomplete.
Almost a great catch.
Tough play that time.
Ryan Coon, wrong roster, Rob.
Matt
Gassaway.
Gassaway. First time we've seen him in the ball game. Let's go down to Bill Montgomery on the field.
Guys just got done talking with both trainers, and according to them, what Trent Purley did was basically hit a guy with his head down, what we call an axial load, basically just jammed his neck. But everything at this point was precautionary. He's got full movement. They just wanted to stabilize him and go check it out. His neck's a little bit tender. So send it back up to you guys.
That is great news.
Yes, it sure is. We were very concerned about him. And that's great news for Purley. Jamar Johnson on that catch, as you just saw.
Finally got one, did Jamar.
Nice throw by Pitts that time.
Good hands, big fella.
Out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 from that point, and here's Mitchell trying to go left side. Goes off tackle. Fumbled. Picked up by Nemeth. Nemeth, 50, 40. He may be gone, folks. No flags. 10. 5 touchdown, Aliso Niguel. And now flags fly in the end zone. Somebody said something. This may be an unsportsmanlike coming up against Hilliard. Let's see.
But it will count. We're calling it a 67-yard fumble return.
Touchdown is good. No, it wasn't against Hilliard. It was against Aliso Niguel for a demonstration. I didn't see much of one, but maybe we can get another look at that. What a run. Nemeth picks up the fumble, heads downfield 67 yards into the end zone. And this one's being marked off big time. It'll be almost like a field goal here. In fact, it will be a field goal attempt for the extra point, unless they decide to go for 2 and try and throw it in. So excuse me. Didn't mean to, we thought maybe somebody said something because the flag flew so quick, but that's not the case. It's 8-7 right now, and that was the last play of the third quarter. So they'll do the extra point, and then they'll take a break.
Well, this game has certainly turned.
And the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Kick no good. And so the score at the end, 3 quarters of play, it's now Aliso Niguel 8, and the Hilliard Wildcats 7. Back with the exciting fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching high school football 96 on Warner Cable Sports.
On Cox Forum, we try to concentrate on the important issues that affect all of us here in South Orange County. We encourage our audience to call in and express their opinions and really ask the tough questions about the issues affecting them in the community.
We have got too gosh darn much government
and we try to invite guests on the show who are at the focal point of Orange County issues. For me, it's exciting when we go live here on Channel 3 Thursday nights. Tune in and catch us at 7 o'clock.
Back at Hilliard High School, 8-7, David Waltzman missing the kick for the extra point after the unsportsmanlike conduct call for the demonstration in the end zone by the Aliso Niguel Wolverines. So Rob, tough break there on their extra point, but it wouldn't have made a whole lot of difference because a field goal would still win it for Hilliard.
Indeed, 8-7. That's a huge swing, though. You've got the ball, the lead, you're driving, going into the fourth. Now you're down a point.
Well, Neiman couldn't get him in the end zone the other way, so he got him in on defense. That's one way to do it. And here's the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they'll have the ball probably at the 35-yard line. Durant, they're trying to keep Durant Mitchell from running anything back.
Well, now if you're Durant, you fumbled twice tonight. Turnovers will kill you.
You know, think about it. To have Dre Williams and Durant Mitchell in the back there receiving a kick together, either way you're in trouble.
It's do you want the electric chair or lethal injection? I mean, you make the call.
That's a good description. Very good. Very astute.
Well, you know, I've been saving that one.
Well, we hope you're enjoying this out in California as well. And whenever you see this out there, we hope that you're getting a chance to see what it's like to play a Central Ohio football team. And I tell you, it's been close to the best all the way. First and 10 at the 35, and Pitts gives to Mitchell. And again, not a whole lot of yardage, maybe a couple. And you can bet it's going to be in Mitchell's hands a lot here in the fourth quarter.
Both of Mitchell's hands.
Mistakes have been a problem both ways. Fumbles or interceptions stopping drives that could have been turned into points of some kind, and they just were not. Second down and 5, the ball at the 40-yard line in Wildcat territory. Coming up in the 11-minute mark to go in the ball game. And the give to Sharon. Jimmy Sharon out to about the 43.
You know, if they play fake on that receiver was running all by himself. He had nothing but wide open, undeveloped real estate in front of him.
Defensive end Pat Herlihy, one of the people on that last stop for the Wolverines.
Wolverines doing a good job for the most part on defense. Both of these teams, as you said in the third quarter, Bill, stuffing the opposition when they have to.
This, of course, Niguel's first football game, and here's Pitts for the quarterback sneak to get the first down.
He did not
I don't think he got it. It'll be close.
He had to get it across the 45.
Nope, they're saying fourth down. He's a little short. He's less than a yard. He's got to get just over the 45.
And they're rolling the dice.
I think they have to do it at this point. They're in the middle part of the football field. And they need less than a yard. If you don't get the yard, you shouldn't win the football game. I've heard coaches say it for years, and here we go. And Pitts, I don't know.
I don't think he got it.
I don't know. They'll have to unpile this. At first, he might have gotten some forward momentum. It depends on where the spot is.
Well,
and the ref gives it to him. They say he got it. I want to tell you, he was very close. Very close. Pitt's doing a good job that time, but I'll tell you, that was not the easiest half a yard he ever got.
Oh, no.
But we said he had to get just over the 45, and he's just over the 45.
The length of the ball.
Well, they say football's a game of inches, and this one tonight has definitely been a lot of measurements in this game. First and 10, Mitchell tries the left side. Tries to cut back, still loose, out to the 49-yard line. Nice tackle that time by Aliso Niguel.
Here we get another look, Bill. Good job of stringing this out by the Wolverines, making Durant have to bounce it outside. Number 24 for the Wolves, Nick Gerasimu on the stop.
And also Richard Lewis, 43, also on that stop. Here's Durant Mitchell off tackle right side. He's over midfield into Wolverine territory at about the 48.
Gerasimo, to me, seems like he's the heart and soul of that defense. When they need a big play, it seems like he's been around the ball somewhere.
It's third down and about 4 yards to go, just into Wolverine territory here at the 8:45 mark in the ball game. Left to go. Great night for football. The rain's held off, and it's just been gorgeous here in Hilliard. And here's Sharon with the carry. He comes up short on third down, and they're in that interesting territory again. Whether they'll go for it or not, we'll see.
Wyatt Hayden on the stop for the Wolverines.
This is a big call here for John Sines' troops.
I think he's going to kick.
He's going to kick. Yep, he's going to kick. And that's probably a good thing at this stage of the ball game. With 8 minutes left, you know you're gonna get the ball back at some point. Hopefully not with any more points put up on the board.
There's John Sines, West High Cowboy. So is
fake punt, and they fumble it. Look out! And now they run for the first down, and it doesn't make it. Well, they call for the fake there. And Chuck Berger carried the football. Now Chuck Berger's on the ground. Might have hurt his hand. That's what it looked like he grabbed immediately. Boy, the trainer's spending a lot of time on the field in this one.
Pam getting more camera time than us. Well, in your case, I guess that'd be a good thing.
Well, it was an idea. Fake punts do not always work, but they fumbled the snap.
That one was doomed from the get-go.
Let's see it again here, because I think you'll see the snap.
There you see it bouncing around there.
Berger alertly picked it up, at least got it back into Wolverine territory, kept it there, but it didn't work out for him. And so the ball goes over on downs. It's first and 10 at the 47, deep into Wolverine territory now as they have it on their offensive scheme of things. Nemeth has everybody in close, 2 tight ends now. And there's a give up the middle. Actually, he keeps it. Nemeth on the keeper. And let's check and see who the new fullback is in the ball game. Number 42, Jeff Hullinger in the ball game. Check that, number 32, we'll check that. That's Wyatt Hayden in the ball game now playing the fullback spot. Gerasimo at the tailback. And there's a give to Gerasimo, and he's up to about the 45-yard line on that second down call. About 2nd and 3 left to go for the first down. He has to get just over the 48, almost the 49-yard line to get that.
Just under 7 minutes now.
We said 48, we mean the 42, looking the other way. See where and some nights it's just rough, you know?
You're football man.
I do this about once a game, I think. I backfield. And Gerasimo goes off left tackle, look out! 30, 20, 10, down to the 8-yard line, and he went off tackle again. What a great job on that left side of that offensive line.
And Brett Nelson and Garrett Carden right there bringing the load. Here it comes, folks. We'll get another look. Just great down blocking at the point of attack. Busted that thing wide open. Good lead block by 32. No, he shouldn't get caught from behind on that play. And when they get back to California and look at the films, they'll probably give him some heat for that.
Yeah, it's almost like having a fullback and tailback at this point without their normal tailback in there. And this time, Gerasimo doesn't do a whole lot. As we mentioned earlier, and as you saw here, if you were watching earlier, Trent Purley was taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and they immobilized him totally. But the word from Bill Montgomery on the sideline is that it's not as serious as it honestly looked to us at first.
Hilliard calls timeout with 6:03 to go here in the game.
He's going to be sore.
Oh, baby.
He's going to be sore,
that's not going to be a fun flight home either.
Hey, let me remind you about the Tyson Selden fight. Now, that'll be coming up tonight. As you're watching this game replay on Saturday in the Warner Cable System, it starts tonight, 9 o'clock. the WBA Heavyweight Championship fight live from Las Vegas. Mike Tyson battles Bruce Seldon. This pay-per-view event is only $44.95 and available on Channel 51 on Warner Cable. For more information, call 481-5050 in Columbus, or in Delaware, call 363-9963. What a fight that'll be, 9 o'clock tonight.
We were talking one night, or one afternoon, I was in the barbershop this fall, or this summer, and we were talking about how the old days the fights were on ABC.
All used to be, didn't they? All the Muhammad Ali
Howard
fights.
Cosell, live. But now, you know, your pay-per-view, I don't think I've pay-per-viewed or bought a fight at our house since Buster Douglas embarrassed my city and himself against Evander Holyfield.
Well, this will be a good one. You want to get in on that one tonight? Call right now and book that one for your TV viewing tonight. Nemeth on the carry. On second down, not a whole lot there on a 2nd and 7 call. 5:53. Now this, if they get a touchdown out of this, Rob, this is really going to put a lot of heat on Hilliard. You're looking at them having to go down the field to get a touchdown, and 2-point conversion probably just a tie.
Yeah. So if you hold them to a field goal here, a touchdown still wins. Plus, there's always the chance that if they score, they're going to have to kick off, and it might end up in Durant's Mitchell's hands.
3rd and goal from the 6th, and now Aliso Niguel takes a timeout.
You're watching more than just television. You're watching the technology of tomorrow working hard for you today, where Cox Communications fiber optic technology ranks first in reliability. So whatever the weather outside, inside, your picture remains sharp and clear, with more channels and choices than ever before.
Great night for cable TV.
Cox Communications. And you thought you were just watching television.
You're at a Hilliard game, hit the concession stands for popcorn. I got to tell you, I rate that. It gets a high rating here.
We're going to the best hot dogs in the league next week. And we got a little action here in the crowd.
Things, maybe a little ruckus happening in the crowd down to our left. And here we go on a 3rd and goal play from the 6-yard line. Again, the I backfield set, everybody else in tight. Nemeth calls signals. He gives to Gerasimo, who heads for the goal line. I don't think he's in.
He's down at the 1.
Now, interesting point. You have 4th down. Do you try for the touchdown, or you're close enough where a field goal makes them score a touchdown with 5:12 left? Interesting call on 4th down.
I think you go for the casket sealer. The touchdown here is huge.
He's got about 1.5 yards to get in. Well, let's see what Joe Woods, the head coach, calls on this one. And they're going for it. 4th and 1. 4th and goal at the 1.
The keeper.
And I don't think he got in.
He didn't get in. He fumbled.
I don't think
I saw a beatback. That's Wildcat ball.
And you wonder if head coach Joe Woods will be second-guessing that call all the way home if this
I
doesn't
saw him
turn
go
out.
to the beanbag. I think Nemeth fumbled. Mark it down, 4:39. They did not convert on 4th and goal.
Let's take a look and check for the fumble here, Rob.
Great shot. He slipped, and he fumbled when he hit the ground. Great goal line stand. But Hilliard has done that so many times here in the past. They stopped Westland here in 93 on 2 different occasions. Once in the 2nd quarter, once in the 4th quarter to preserve the win. They did it to Westland down there in 94.
They've got to travel at least 75 yards to get into Rodney Cheno's field goal range. So they've got a ways to go. Hilliard in the end zone. Pitts tries to throw out of there. He's tackled, but he got rid of the ball first. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 with the ball sitting at the goal line, basically.
Well, this is dangerous because a hold in the end zone is a safety, and intentional grounding in the end zone is a safety. And if you fumble in the end zone and they fall on it, that's the casket sealer. Dig a hole, put the dirt on top of it, it's a done deal.
Well, you can't make a mistake down here because a mistake will put points on the board for Aliso Niguel right here. So they need to run a careful offense, but still get it down the field. Here's Pitts to throw. He has Jamar Johnson out here at the 10. Has a first down out to the 15. And boy, that's the biggest play of the night right there.
Somebody's got to teach that young man to run after the catch. Here you get a look. He had a couple drops in the first half. Good to see him showing faith and coming back to Jamar. Nice little 5-yard hook route that he drags the defender for the first down.
Well, you find out what you're made of in these close games. They lost a tough one with 5 minutes to go, 15-14 to the Greyhounds last week. And again, here's the give Mitchell. And Mitchell up for another first down, and they moved the ball well all evening. Mitchell has really moved the ball well.
Between the 20s, both of these teams have been outstanding. It's inside the 10 where the problems start.
Let's see Durance's run. Great call. And it's first and 10 now at the 28. This drive started at the goal line.
Here's a flag.
Mitchell again on the carry.
Let's sort this one out.
Looks like this may be against Hilliard, and the preliminary indication is that it is. .348 left on the clock.
This is a situation that Steve Baird lived for when he was the quarterback here.
Oh my, it's a big one too. 10 yards. So a holding call sets it back now at the 18. And the Hilliard Brain Trust unhappy about that call. That's a big call in this stage of the game. High backfield still, but Pitts wants to throw and throws out to Johnson. And he catches it at about the 25, but that's only a pickup of 5 yards. A lot of real estate to go, and they need to get 20 yards for a first down still.
This will set him up with second and
check
14.
That. Yeah, 14, excuse me.
Gain of 6. They're getting a lot underneath those corners. You got to soften them up, make them come up and play, so maybe you can go over the top.
Second down at 14. And Pitts fakes once, throws long. He's looking for Johnson down here, and he throws it out of bounds.
That's what I'm talking about.
Had him open. He had a lead on his man.
He leads him to the inside. He maybe makes the catch.
Singleton on the coverage back there for Aliso Niguel.
3rd and 14.
Wow, what an exciting finish we're going to have here. And at this point, the way things stand, it will not be a tie game at the end of regulation. There's no one-point things I know about, at least in high school football anyway. And there's that good fake again to Mitchell. I'll tell you, he really carries that off well, Pitts does. Sean Pitts doing a good job at quarterback, the senior. But it's 4th down and 8 yards to go, and they're going to have to punt.
Here we get another look at the punt draw.
Not going to see it there. And here's the fake. And it's Berger again on the carry.
He got it.
I think he got it.
First down
My
catch.
goodness. Berger on the carry. He was involved in the last one that didn't go right. And I think they kind of caught the Wolverines. Might have been napping. First down.
The Blue Faithful going nuts.
I'll tell you, even the sideline for Hilliard's going nuts. They pulled it off. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Almost the 39. Let's call it the 39.
Where did John Sines get this from?
Well, whatever. We've seen it twice in the ball game, and this time it worked. I backfield now with 2 wideouts. Pitts tries to throw. He's got Johnson on the other side. And it's complete just short of the 48. They're moving the ball. 2 minutes, 8 seconds, the clock running in the 4th quarter. The defense is a little bit tired right now for Aliso Niguel. You ask a lot of a defense when both teams have played a lot of defense in this game. And Here's the fake up the middle this time. They don't bite this time either.
They still got to get about 30 yards, though.
Yeah, they've got to get down to about the 20 or 25-yard line. Chenos can kick from 50 in, but they'd rather have it 40 in. Boy, I tell you, some great kickers in this league this year are in this area. We'll see Brandon Rao next week.
Yeah, we saw Sicrocides last week.
Sicrocides, outstanding kicker, but Rao, I guess, is rated. They kind of rate these guys like 1, 2, 3, as far as I know, in Central Ohio. Several of the players, including the quarterback for Aliso Niguel.
First down, Cats.
Nemeth is being recruited by people like USC and Colorado, UCLA.
Boy, that's rough. Let's see, I can go to UCLA and...
A lot of teams go to Hawaii. They want to come to the Midwest, and they're getting treated right now to that. Pitts throws out here to Johnson again. Complete, first down. They got to take a timeout quickly here.
Signs will call the timeout.
Boy, what an exciting finish to this one.
And they're on the Aliso Niguel side of the 50.
Remember, you can see the best TV for free with Warner Cable's multi-premium sneak preview weekends in September. Now, they've started one this weekend. It started on Friday night on the 6th and goes through tomorrow, Sunday, September the 8th. You can enjoy sneak previews of HBO, HBO 2, HBO 3, Showtime, Showtime 2, Cinemax, and Cinemax 2. And from Friday, September 13th through Sunday, September 16th, you can enjoy a sneak preview of the movie channel. Call Warner Cable now, 481-5050 in Columbus, 363-9963 in Delaware, and find out more about the multi-premium channels. Let's go to Bill Montgomery in the field.
Guys, nothing brings a running game together better than a good passing game, and they have completed more passes in this drive than previously in the entire football game. So Hilliard is definitely bringing it down to the wire. Let's see what happens here in the closing minutes of the game. Back upstairs.
And here's Pitts, wants to throw. He's almost nailed down there and finally throws incomplete on that 2nd down and 5 call.
He did a good job just getting that one off.
Boy, they were all over him, too.
Wait a minute, there's a flag on the play.
We didn't see the one that's downfield at about the 38-yard line in Wolverine territory. Let's see what this is all about. Holding call.
Defensive holding.
Ooh,
That's an automatic
first down. There you go.
Move the digger rods, boys.
They're getting close now. They need to get down to about the 25 or 20. They'd probably like to be as close as they can get. They've got 1 minute, 21 seconds to go.
Bill, I'm sure John's not thinking 3 at this point. He's thinking get the 7, settle for the 3 if you have to.
Depends on how much time he's got and what they need to do, and I think you're going to see Durant's here in a minute.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, I don't think so. And he's put on a show in this game. He really has. What a great job Durant Mitchell's done at tailback for the Wildcats. Aliso Niguel giving it everything they've got. They still lead by a point. And here's Mitchell, wants to try the right side, and there's Hefty. John Hefty right there to help make the stop. Also making another stop with there, Pat Herlihy, one of the defensive ends. And the clock running, minute 3, minute 2, and now Pitts downs the ball. It'll be
3rd and 11, the ball on the 37-yard line.
They can't be happy with this field position there you see on the clock. 59.7 seconds. That's not 5:97. That's 59.7 for those of you who have not realized that some of the clocks around the Central Ohio area now feature the point sign.
Well, we were joking facetiously 2 seasons ago. If you stop it at under 1 second, is there like the NBA rule where you need 3/10?
3rd down and about 11. Pitts wants to throw. He throws it incomplete for Jamar Johnson. Nemeth out there and Gerasimu for the Wolverines.
They're double covering him now on that crossing route. What you need to do is run somebody on the backside, on the coming the opposite way. He'd be wide open. There you see John signs with the play chart.
What a great job they've done both teams on defenses tonight, and now a timeout being taken.
Hilliard has used their last timeout.
They'll be out of timeouts, 54.1 seconds. Remember, they trail by a point. So if Aliso Niguel hangs on, that'll be quite a victory for them because Hilliard's had their chances.
Indeed, 8-7. Who'd have thought?
It's fourth. Let's set the thing for you. Let's set the tail of tape, so to speak. 4th and 11. The ball at the 37-yard line in Wolverine territory. They have got to go 11 yards to get a first down. They're too far away for Rodney Chenos to try a field goal. He needs to be really 50 in. You're talking just too long to try this one.
It's 55 from here.
And so they won't do that. They need to get a first down. That's the way it all spells out. If they don't, this game is over. No more timeouts left for Hilliard. Their fans are on their feet. Everybody cheering. Here's the play of the game right here. 4th and 11 at the 37-yard line. 3 wideouts in this set. Durance Mitchell, the only setback. And it's all on the shoulders of Sean Pitts, the quarterback, on the offensive line to block people out of there. Pitts rolls right, wants to throw. And he's hit as he throws. And Aliso Niguel is going to win the football game. My goodness. Pitts is down. He was hit as he pulled his arm back to throw it. And now we see a flag fly.
We're going to have another celebration foul on the Wolverines. We're going to get a look at the pressure on the backside.
What a defensive play. Boom. And making the play that time was Jeremy Miller, the defensive end, number 58, who hit Sean Pitts when he was getting ready to throw the football. And boy, I'll tell you, that's a rough way to lose at home and a rough way to win on the road. Remember that
it's been a long time since John Signs has lost 2 straight here. They had that huge 13-game win streak that encompassed 2 seasons here that got snapped last year. May even reached 14 or 15 before they ended up losing here last year. And now he will be in his last 12 games. John Signs will coach a team that is 4-8.
Grove City playing here and winning 15-14 on a field goal with 5 minutes left, 40 yards out to win it. And now this tough one tonight when they were driving and needed a big 4th down call and just could not get it. Couldn't get it done. Neiman just falls on one knee. And the clock will run. They'll have to run at least one more play.
Yeah, they'll just have to run one more.
Oh, what a ball game we've seen. 8-7 is not indicative of all the things we've seen go in this game.
Oh, no.
Just an outstanding football game from a defensive standpoint. A lot of big defensive plays. But it's going to be the defense that's going to win it for Aliso Niguel on a safety, and then a touchdown run on a fumble recovery by Neiman. So the quarterback can't get it done on offense, so he does it on the defense.
Great game tonight.
And that's going to be the ball game. My goodness.
They came over almost 3,000 miles for this one, folks. Congratulations to Aliso Niguel.
The Wolverines are going to win it. And our final score here at Hilliard High School, a very big crowd for this one, especially on the Hilliard sidelines. And this one, Aliso Niguel 8 and the Hilliard Wildcats 7. We'll come back to wrap this one up after you watch this. You're watching High School Football 96 on Warner Cable Sports.
You are 100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
Welcome back to Hilliard High School. Bill Boggs and Rob Havner. 8-7 our final score. Aliso Niguel over the Hilliard Wildcats. And on the field with the winning football coach is Bill Montgomery.
I'm here with Coach Woods of Aliso Niguel Wolverines and have just beaten the Wildcats 8-7. Coach, just a couple questions for you on this victory. Number one, traveling so far over and with all the things leading up to the game, was it difficult to get the team to focus on tonight's matchup?
I don't think it was difficult for us to get focused. Obviously, we had to change our preparation a little bit in terms of when we practice, because normally we'll practice afternoon, and we had to practice mornings. And then, of course, the rest of the day was taken up with a lot of different activities. But I'm really proud of this football team. They came out and they really played hard tonight. And my hat is off to this program here. I mean, Coach Sine and his staff do a great job. We have a lot of respect for their football team, especially after tonight. And we thought they were going to be tough anyway. So it was a great contest, one that you love to be in when you're coaching.
Defense seemed to be your key in tonight's game. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, during the course of the 2 or 3 weeks we've been practicing prior to coming here, our defense had really stepped it up a notch, and our defensive staff has done a tremendous job getting these kids ready to play, and I'm really proud of them, and I'm really proud of our kids on defense. I felt it was a championship performance, like I told the group. And then offensively, I thought we did a real nice job in terms of moving the football. It's just we couldn't get it in the end zone, and we got to work on that, so we can score some points too.
Yeah, definitely. How do the Wildcats compare to the teams that you're going to be facing in the upcoming season?
Great test for us, because we really believe that that's the type of caliber that not only do we face during the course of our league season and our preseason, but it will be the type of caliber opponent that we'll be facing in the playoffs if we're fortunate enough to get there.
Well, that's great. You were talking to me earlier, going to stick around for the Ohio State game tomorrow.
Yeah, we're really excited about that, getting in Buckeye Stadium, and I know our kids are really looking forward to it. And, of course, I had a talk with Coach Cooper this week, and he said that there's no better place in America for football, and we believe it.
Well, that's good. And interestingly enough, he let the Wolverines even work out in the practice facility. That's great. When are you guys taking off?
We're taking off early Sunday morning and flying back, and hopefully get in around noon, 1 o'clock into our airport in Orange County, and then get some rest, and our kids got to go to school Monday.
All right. Well, it's been great having you guys out here, and congratulations on your victory. And Bill, Rob, going to send it back to you to take us home.
Thank you much, Bill Montgomery. Great job on the field tonight. And interesting to listen to the coach. That's right, the Wolverines practice in the Ohio State facility. That's something you won't hear a lot
that'll
about.
make my flesh crawl, man.
Well, I'll tell you, we had a great time with this one, and they are I wanted to mention they are a Division VII team out there. There's a lot of divisions in California, different than the way it is in the state of Ohio, based more on region than it is attendance in the schools. But certainly they came to play football and did a super job, and held off on a 4th and 11 call, 8-7 the final score, and Aliso Niguel taking Hilliard tonight, and certainly a good ball game. Next week, Rob, another great matchup. We'll be over at Kaufman to see Dublin Scioto host Thomas Worthington. Should be a great ball game.
Oh yeah, we've seen these two teams get together before. Our first season, Bud Cowboy and I were together, and we saw Thomas Worthington actually win the division up there. So should be a good one.
Want to thank everybody here, of course, Joe Wood and his staff, John Sines and his staff, and all the people involved to put this game on. Great ball game, and we certainly came down to the wire on this one.
Can't forget the guys in the truck.
You bet. Thanks to the guys in the truck. Great job. And next week we'll be here on at 10 a.m. with another great ball game. Hopefully you can join us then as we head down the dusty trail of football highway again next Saturday. For Bill Montgomery on the field, for Rob Hadler, this is Bill Boggs saying once again our final score, Aliso